they ask your permission? I suppose they don't need to.
No, I don't think they have to. I don't think they have to. I mean, I was incredibly flattered. Yeah, it was very cool. It was a little embarrassing at times.
Have you ever looked at someone and thought, how can a person so perfectly composed carry such mystery behind their eyes? Hollywood has seen countless beautiful faces, but very few that make you stop and wonder, what's happening behind the surface? Michelle Pfeiffer is one of those rare faces. A face that launched 1,000 magazine covers, yet one that hid a story most people never truly knew. Her beauty made Hollywood worship her, but it also made it doubt her. And in a world obsessed with appearances, she spent her career fighting for something far more fragile: respect. Michelle Marie Pfeiffer was born on April 29, 1958, in Santa Ana, California, the second of 4 children. Her father, Richard, worked as an air conditioning contractor, and her mother, Donna, stayed home to raise the kids. They lived an ordinary, middle-class life in Midway City, a place with quiet streets, family barbecues, and no sign of movie cameras anywhere. Michelle later said she never felt destined for fame. She wasn't the loudest in the room, not the kid putting on plays for the neighbors. She was the observer, shy, sensitive, and always a little detached, as if she were already watching life unfold from a distance. She graduated from Fountain Valley High School in 1976 and enrolled at Golden West College to study court reporting. She wanted something steady, something real. Her part-time job at a grocery store was simple but grounding. Yet even then, she felt that quiet pull, a small restless thought, whispering, "Is this really all there is?" That whisper turned into action when, almost by accident, she entered the 1978 Miss Orange County beauty pageant. She walked in, nervous, untrained, unpolished, and won. A few months later, she was competing in the Miss California contest. She didn't win that one, but she caught the attention of Hollywood agents who saw potential beyond the pageant stage. That's how a 20-year-old supermarket cashier from Orange County found herself auditioning for television. Her first years were full of bit parts and short appearances. She showed up in Fantasy Island, Chips, and Delta House. She was beautiful, undeniably so, but the feedback was always the same. Too pretty, not enough depth. For most people, those words would sting. For Michelle, they became fuel. In 1982, she landed the lead role in Grease 2, the sequel to one of the biggest musicals ever made. The movie flopped. Critics mocked it, audiences ignored it, and Michelle was caught in the wreckage. But that failure became her quiet revolution. She decided she would never again take a job that didn't challenge her. 1 year later, that promise changed everything. Director Brian De Palma was casting for Scarface, a brutal, stylish crime drama starring Al Pacino. Against the studio's wishes, he fought for Michelle to play Elvira Hancock, the icy, tragic wife of Pacino's Tony Montana. It was the role that would define her. For the first time, audiences saw something different in her eyes: exhaustion, emptiness, rebellion. Every time she looked away from the camera, it felt like a secret being kept. Scarface exploded into a cultural phenomenon, and Michelle Pfeiffer's performance turned her from the pretty girl into a serious actress. From there, the late 80s became her era. She seemed to float between genres effortlessly: dark comedies, thrillers, romantic dramas. The Witches of Eastwick in 1987 showed her as part of an all-star cast with Cher, Jack Nicholson, and Susan Sarandon. Married to the Mob in 1988 gave her a Golden Globe nomination for playing a mobster's widow trying to start over. That same year came Dangerous Liaisons, a period drama dripping with temptation and betrayal. Her performance as the virtuous Madame de Tourvel earned her first Oscar nomination. Suddenly, critics who once doubted her were writing essays about her range and precision. Then, in 1989, she gave the performance that still defines her artistry: The Fabulous Baker Boys. She played Susie Diamond, a jaded lounge singer who joins two piano-playing brothers. There's a scene where she sings "Makin' Whoopee," stretched across a grand piano in a red dress. It's seductive, yes, but it's also aching. It's not about the glamour, it's about loneliness wrapped in charm. That scene became one of the most memorable in Hollywood history, and it earned her a Golden Globe and another Oscar nomination. By now, Michelle Pfeiffer was everywhere. Magazine covers, award shows, endless interviews. But fame was never comfortable for her. She once admitted that the attention made her anxious, that every red carpet smile was half performance, half shield. Yet, she kept pushing forward, determined to turn her fame into something meaningful. In 1992, she took a role that would forever change how audiences saw her. Catwoman in Batman Returns. The stitched leather suit, the whip, the red lips, it all became iconic. But behind the costume was something raw. Her Catwoman wasn't a cartoonish villain. She was a broken woman reclaiming control. Pfeiffer trained for months, even learned to crack a real bullwhip herself. During filming, the latex suit made breathing almost impossible. Yet her performance was electric, feral, sad, funny, terrifying. Audiences didn't just watch her, they couldn't look away. Overnight, she became a global symbol of feminine power and pain. But after conquering Hollywood, she did something few stars dare to do. She walked away. In the mid-90s, Michelle began stepping back from fame. She focused on her personal life, something the tabloids couldn't understand. She had married actor Peter Horton in 1981. But they divorced in 1988. A brief relationship with Michael Keaton followed. Then, in 1993, she met television writer and producer David E. Kelley, the man behind Ally McBeal and Big Little Lies. Their connection was instant. That same year, she adopted a baby girl named Claudia Rose. Just months later, she and Kelley married and soon welcomed a son, John Henry. While others chased Oscars, Michelle was learning the rhythms of motherhood. She said in interviews that it was the first time she felt grounded. She traded film sets for school runs, premieres for privacy, and Hollywood predictably moved on. But when she returned, she did it her way. In the 2000s, she came back with a sense of calm authority. Her roles in Hairspray and Stardust reminded audiences that she could still dominate the screen without needing the spotlight. In Sherry, 2009, she portrayed an aging courtesan facing the end of an era, a mirror perhaps, of how Hollywood treats women once they pass a certain age. Critics called it one of her most emotionally nuanced performances. Then came her reemergence in the late 2010s. Mother by Darren Aronofsky, Murder on the Orient Express, and Maleficent, Mistress of Evil. Each role showed a different version of power, no longer the ingenue, but the matriarch, the mystery, the force. When she entered the Marvel Universe as Janet Van Dyne in Ant-Man and the Wasp, and later Quantumania, it felt poetic. She had returned to the world of blockbusters, not as decoration, but as legacy. What makes Michelle Pfeiffer's journey remarkable isn't just her filmography, it's the way she carried herself through the chaos. While many stars burn out or break down, she learned the art of invisibility. She once said she preferred silence to overexposure. That's why, even today, there's a certain mystery about her. You rarely see her in tabloids or social media feuds. She shows up, does the work, and vanishes again like a whisper. People who've worked with her say she's meticulous, the kind of actor who studies every gesture, every pause. Directors describe her as instinctive. She can say more with a glance than most actors can with a page of dialogue. Tim Burton once said that when Michelle acts, you don't see performance, you see truth. And that truth is what has made her endure. She doesn't chase trends, she transcends them. Her beauty, once the focus of every headline, has matured into presence, a quiet, magnetic force that doesn't need validation. In a world obsessed with youth, she became timeless by never pretending to be anything else. Even now, when you watch her on screen, it's not nostalgia you feel, it's respect. Because Michelle Pfeiffer is one of those rare artists who remind us that silence can be powerful, that elegance doesn't mean weakness, and that survival in Hollywood sometimes means disappearing before you're destroyed. Her story isn't about reinvention, it's about authenticity. She didn't change to fit the industry. She made the industry adapt to her rhythm. From the anxious girl bagging groceries in Orange County to the Oscar-nominated actress redefining what power looks like, she's lived multiple lives and left no version of herself behind. So next time you see Michelle Pfeiffer glide across the screen, maybe as Catwoman, maybe as Janet Van Dyne, or maybe in one of her quietly devastating dramas, remember that you're not just watching a movie star, you're witnessing one of the few artists who learned how to survive the illusion of fame without losing her reality. Because Michelle Pfeiffer's story isn't about the spotlight at all. It's about what happens when the lights go off, when the cameras stop rolling, and a woman who's been objectified, analyzed, and adored still finds her own reflection and says, "I'm still here." And maybe that's her greatest role yet. Not Elvira Hancock, not Catwoman, not Susie Diamond, but Michelle Pfeiffer herself, a symbol of endurance, mystery, and quiet rebellion.